When we win, we get it back, then we take it on back to a ladder so unbalanced. It's the Masochist challenge.
All right, well, the opponent is on 58 and 9. That's an interesting number there. The hand doesn't do much, but who knows, maybe the Witch Search will be beneficial. And Torrential Tribute plus Fog Blade goes kind of hard. Let's see what the opponent is up to. They do have the Blue Eyes Mate, the Blue Eyes Sleeves, so Blue Eyes is a solid guess, right? Normaling Assault Wyvern. Gonna let this go for now. They get to special a dragon from hand, but I do really want the Witch Search. I think Torrential Tribute misses timing here because of the Witch Search. Burning Dragon. Well, that is quite the card. I'm going to get Speedroid Terratop just because the Synchro play makes it so that I can pop back row. They have to discard a spell, which they will do, okay. Discarding Illusion Gate. Man, they really should not have set. I mean, if they had just held on and set during main phase 2, I would have stood no chance whatsoever. Now I have a way back. Let's special Terratop. Grab the red-eyed dice, and I'm actually gonna get my Behemoth out. That was a nice top deck. Get to beat over the Burning Dragon. It's going to be unaffected by their monster effects on the field and going to get even bigger during my end phase. So any beatdown strats, not a problem. They're down to 2 cards in their 58 card deck, so this is looking pretty promising. Activating the Time-Tearing Morganite. Medion the Time Lord. Is this going to do anything? Oh, it is. Because that effect doesn't activate, I guess? Oh, it was normal summoned. Maybe that's it? Yeah, it's only special summon monsters. Okay. Well, the Time Lord's going to shuffle itself back. The real issue is that now they are drawing 2 every turn, and they can normal 2. End phase, I will special this just in case they've... Oh, I guess hand effects don't matter because of Morganite. Turns off all hand effects. Don't need to play around Max C, actually. Alright, let's do level 2 shenanigans. Try to lock down this duel a little bit. Go Soul Scissors into Elf. Elf, bring back the Soul Scissors to pop. Copycat, okay. We are running up against the clock. with the draw 2 every turn. At least I got to put some damage on board. And hopefully I get to keep some material on the field to bring back out Behemoth. Before the end of the main phase, you say? Okay. Ooh, mistake. That, speaking of locking down the duel. I don't know. Let's see, 23 with Codebreaker. I think that is exact lethal. It is indeed. So unless they have... Well, they can't use hand effects because of Morganite. So this duel is simply over. GG's, duelist. Okay, first pack of the session. What are we gonna get? At least one holo. Ooh, True Draco Heritage. Another True Draco card. Don't have great True Draco monsters yet, but this is another point in that direction. During your main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco and True King card types sent from the field to the graveyard this turn. And then during your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon a True Draco or True King monster face up. And if it's sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target a spell, trap on the field, destroy it. Obviously, not really anything by itself, but getting one piece closer to like a True Draco deck is interesting. Monk of the Tenyi. Ooh. I don't know if I have a lot of the main deck Tenyi monsters. Surely I have to have at least some of the little level 4 guys. I'll have to go check. But just being able to special one of those... Oh, I do have Adhara, the level 1 tuner. I was running that for a long time. So just being able to, special one of those guys, link into the non-effect monster, always having a link one is great. That opens up some more options. Interesting. I'm gonna have to go look at my worms, my Tenyis, see if that unlocks anything. Really like having that. Supe, Aramage Marjoram, AI's Ritual, not my first of that. Solar Recharge, discard a Lightsworn monster, draw 2 cards, then send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. I'd have to pull a lot of Lightsworn stuff to make that feasible, but who knows? Maybe, I'm apparently going in a few directions with this pack. You never know. What is this last holo? Final Fusion, huh? During either player's battle step, when a fusion monster you control battles an opponent's fusion monster, target both fusion monsters, negate the attack, and if you do, each player takes damage equal to the combined attack of both fusion monsters. This looked cool just from the picture and the name Final Fusion, but my fusion battling their fusion is just never going to happen. But anyway, Monk of the Tenyi, True Draco Heritage, both very good pickups. Glad to see those. All right, going first this time, and the hand is good. I don't know if it's if it's going to do everything I need it to do, but let's see. Start off with the Terror Top. Do we get a response? I won't lie, I kind of hope we do. Dominance Purge. Okay. They're done using Dark Water and Fire monster effects. So no Ash Blossom for the Fusion Destiny. Some kind of hold there, so maybe an Imperm. No trap monsters in hand, so Elf seems the way to go. Alright, you want to give me that imperm? Ooh. Ghost Bell. Who's running Ghost Bell? Maybe like Cool Tune? Although, would they be on Purge? Probably not, right? Anyway, I guess I'll just activate Fusion Destiny. I don't need to necessarily show Lord yet. I'd rather them think that there's maybe a threat they need to play around in the hand. And over to them. So, 1 pop and maybe a Spell Trap Negate against 4 cards. Didn't toggle on and imperm the elf. Appreciate it. They are going to be locked into dragon monsters. Setting a trap. Normal Veiler. I think I have to kill the Veiler, given that they were so insistent on summoning it. And that is enough for them. Ooh, and a hollow for beating Blue Eyes. Love to see it. Sea Lord's Amulet. Continue spell, send this card to the graveyard during your opponent's third end phase after activation. Water monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. I mean, it's kind of a do-nothing card, but probably worth playing in a water deck. I don't know. Starship Adjust Plan. What is this? You can target it one other machine monster you control. The levels of both that monster and this card become the combined levels of those two monsters. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Machine Xyz monsters. Interesting. Doesn't special itself, so you would need some way to get an extender onto the field, but possibly playable in a machine deck. Xyz Revive Splash. Target a rank 4 or lower Xyz monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Its attribute becomes water. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a water Xyz monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck a water Xyz that is 1 rank higher than that monster you control by using it as material. Not bad if I get on like shark stuff, fish stuff. Doomdog Octhros. Interesting. Mostly because if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a level 8 Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. So this sees play in a couple different random decks that really want certain level 8 Fiends, right? You could technically play it in like Dark World, you could play it in like Destiny board decks, I think. Interesting pickup, certainly. Star Seraph Sentry. What is it? The 7th Tachyon. I think this is one of the cards you can use to search a light monster. Trismegistus. Vision Hero Gravito. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one of your banished hero monsters, add it to your hand. You can tribute this card, then target 2 Vision Hero monster cards in your spell and trap zone, summon them. Not very good. Anyway, enough with the filler. What is the hollow? Hold on. Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax. So currently my Link boss monster is Rasterliger, and I generally don't even summon it because the individual Link monsters tend to do more, but this is a true blue boss monster. I don't have IP Masquerena to make it not destroyed by card effects, but you know, it controls what your opponent is allowed to target for attacks. It can't be targeted by card effects, and as long as it's battling a special summon monster it always wins battle. So this is a crazy card. And then, of course, the secret effect when it is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle one card on the field into the deck. This is an amazing boss monster to have. And just like a cool card in general. Just a cool card. I mean, look at this guy. Yeah, that is taking the spot of Rasterliger. That is a huge upgrade. It even gives like the Cyber Slop or Link Slop kind of deck something to build toward as well. Just a crazy, crazy pickup. Really happy to see that. Wow. Going second, and the hand is okay. It does stuff, but... Oh, they bricked. They did not like their hand. All right, well, right back to the pack screen. Let's see if we can supplement our new Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax. Ogdotic Calling, probably not. DZW Chimera Clad, so the kind of Utopia stuff or whatever. The Grand Spellbook Tower, so get enough Spellbook cards. Maybe that's usable. I feel like... No, I mean, I guess, yeah, if you get spellbooks in the graveyard, you know, it's a way to draw a card every turn. Signet Recovery, my second one of these for the Link Slot pile. So if a Link monster is destroyed, target a monster in the graveyard, special summon in a defense position, sure. Bujingi Turtle, Tri-type. Fiend's Sanctuary, special summon a Metal Fiend token. It can't attack. Also, the opponent takes any battle damage its controller would have taken from battles involving it once per turn during its controller's standby phase. They pay 1,000 life points or destroy this token. So maybe a stall card or a burn card. Defender the Magical Knight. No thank you. No thank you. And Monster Express. What are you? An Earth Machine, level 4. You can target one face-up monster you control, send a monster from your extra deck to the graveyard with the same original type as that face-up monster, but for the rest of this turn you cannot special summon monsters, except monsters with the same original type as the monster sent to the graveyard by this effect. Interesting that it's a Foolish from the extra deck to the graveyard. And an Earth Machine. I wonder what the optimal targets are. There's like the Link one in Infinitrack that can attach itself as material. I'm not sure if there's anything else Earth Machine wise that gains a graveyard effect. I don't know, but interesting pickup nonetheless. Nothing crazy, nothing going in the deck right now, but always happy to expand the collection. Going second, looks like another Brando Fossil Dyna. Okay, I guess. I guess I start making them waste their extra deck. Yeah. Crackdown? Okay, man. End phase. Got anything for a Fogblade? They're gonna let me draw a card, okay. Cool. I'll take the damage, that's fine. During the end phase, I will punishment, they'll protect, but then I'll bounce with Golden Cloud Beast unless they have another Solemn style counter trap. Which they do. Okay. Well, aren't you just little Mr. Ready Freddy? All your cute little counter traps. Setting another one. There goes Hyperia. Back to you, duelist. Quaking. That's very funny. Ledger book. Maybe that's the one to do it. Some kind of response there. Maybe they have Gravekeeper's Trap Hole. Crackdown, eh? Sure. Anyway, get face down. Yup. All right, quaking finally. All right, I mean, if it's one thing that is satisfying about Masochist, it's that you usually have a halfway decent matchup against stun decks, because you're just playing random cards and a lot of normal summons usually. So anyway, let's see what we've earned by taking on the Stun Menace. Majestic Dragon. Okay. X-Saber Polymero. Fire Ant Ascator. Sure. Machina Defense Perimeter. While you control a level 7 or higher machine monster, your opponent's monsters cannot target level 6 or lower machine monsters you control for attacks. Also, can't target them with card effects. If a face-up machine monster you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can target a machine monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Not bad as like a one-of in a machine deck, I guess, if the rest of the deck is really cranking. Kind of doesn't do a lot on its own. Janelle, the Noble Arms of Light, an adventurer card. The equipped monster gains 500 attack for each monster you control with a different name that mentions adventurer token. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can equip it to an adventure token. Eucalyptus Mole, Ancient Gear Drill, and Fog King. Okay, a plant, if it's normal or special summoned, special summon a level 4 or lower beast monster from your deck in face down defense position. So it's like the beast kind of koala flip stuff. Sure. What does Fog King do? You contribute a monster or no monsters to normal summon but not set this card. The attack of this card becomes the combined original attack of the attributed monsters. Neither player can tribute cards. The anti-kaiju tech, I guess. Not gonna lie, a bit of a stinker, but you know, they can't all have Crusadia Avramax or whatever the heck else. Let's keep going. All right, loading in, going first. And Pot of Desires with the Fusion Destiny. I suppose I just have to activate this and hope that they don't have Ash Blossom. Some kind of trigger in hand, but they decided not to do it. Effect Veiler. This must be someone who is new to the game, unless they follow this up with some kind of crazy turn 0 play. That was a big misplay on their part. Come on, 2 trap cards. Here we go, 2 trap cards, please. Ash Blossom for the Pot of Desires. You know what? I'll take it. Gonna activate Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Set the Herald of the Abyss. Infinite DPE fodder. All the interactions, man. It's too good. Sword Soul Emergence. Well, as anyone who played back in 2021 knows, DPE is pretty darn good into Sword Soul. Adding the Abyss Dragon Sword Soul. They must have other stuff going on then. Specialing the Ecclesia. Annoying, but understandable. Are we getting an actual Sword Soul, or is this for Fallen of Albas? It's Fallen of Albas. Okay. Pitching Moye. I feel like that's not the pitch, but, you know, now you've got the Abyss Dragon Sword Soul. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that, man. Yeah. And then my back row doesn't get popped because of Lord. So I've got the body block. We know one of the cards in hand. Yep. That makes sense. One more duel and we are out of gold for the month. Hello, that guy. That means it's a good pack, right? Let's all agree that's what it means. Night Sword Serpent, you know? It's sent to the graveyard, it special summons itself. But then it's banished. Played in, what's it called? Mitsurugi. Tam the Melodious Diva. I have gotten some random Melodious cards. If this card is special summoned while you control a Melodious monster, you can add a polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and if it's sent as material for a fusion summon, you can target a Melodious you control, it loses 500 attack, and if it does, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Okay. Fine. A way to get polymerization back. Gishki Photo Mirror. Matriarch of Nethys. A 2, mind you. You can target a level 4 or lower Nephthys in your graveyard, except Matriarch, destroy 1 card in your hand, and if you do, special summon the targeted monster in defense position, but negate its effects. During your next standby phase after this card was destroyed by card effects and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. Interesting, technically combos with DPE. Giant Crack Horn. Big ol' plant. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, and if you do, change the attack target to this card and perform damage calculation. Well, look at that, it's another stall card. You can target 1 plant monster you control except Giant Crackhorn. The attack of that monster and this card become the combined original attack of both monsters. That's kind of nice, I guess. Probably not strong enough to consider actually running. Light Ray Greffer. Ooh. Okay, well, not the best, but an additional holo. CXZ's Burying Hope. If I ever get the normal non-CXZs, I guess. And what is our last holo? Sunset Beat. Interesting. If a face-up monster you control is changed to face-down defense position, you can target a card on the field, destroy it. If a flip monster you control is flip face-up, you can target one of them, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its level times 200. So, you know, another kind of flip control card. Nice that it gives a pop anytime you flip up a monster. And certainly I have cards like Marshmallow or Crawler Spine, you know, where this would give it, you know, an additional pop. So not a bad pickup for that kind of strategy. Interesting pack, but nothing that I'm going to play right this very second. I really want to get that last win in gold and then maybe take stock of the collection after that to see if there's a different build I can make. Anyway, let's go see if we can wrap up gold for the season. Loading in, and the opponent has decided to have me go first. They got a lot of hero stuff going on, so maybe that's what they're on. Banished a DPE brick, and it looks like they have a response here. Well, let's activate Lord so that set stuff cannot be destroyed, and set 2 spell traps, set the Soul Scissors, which also therefore cannot be destroyed. Please brick. They are on 53 cards. Alpha, add a level 8 Magna Warrior monster. Okay. Adding Berserkion. They're doing Magnet Warriors the old-fashioned way. Magnet Bonding. Add a level 8 Magna Warrior. I think they're gonna actually do the fusion. They're actually doing the fusion. Good lord. Imperium Magnum. The superconductive battle bot. They can negate a spell trap activation once per turn. That's annoying. Alright, so let's do this, which they will negate. Oh, they're not negating it. Do they do piercing? I should have checked. Lord effect. They're negating Lord effect. Okay. Normal summon the witch. What's our best option from here? Guess we go Sprite Elf. Get the witch search. They have the Ash Blossom. Annoying. Very annoying. And then they get to negate this for free. Goodbye. Guess I'll go battle phase. Also, why didn't this thing trigger? Doesn't it have a float effect? Oh, from hand or deck, but they were in the graveyard. Very funny. Alright, what is our best option Honestly, it might be still a Hat Rabbit just because it can't be destroyed by battle, and it gives me an additional body. I'm gonna set Tiki Piece here because that can become a redoer that then stacks things. Let's see if that strat actually pays off here. Another Alpha with no search targets. Battle phase, I'll take 200. For sure. I will for sure do that. Okay, well, Tiki Piece, do your thing. Doesn't really matter. Whichever one I pick becomes a Tiki Piece. Let's do the effect again. They're going to special a Magnet Warrior. For sure. They can send a level 8 Magna Warrior. Well, the interesting thing here is I actually don't want to stack that monster because it has a hand effect to fuse. This thing requires Sigma minus, and what was the other one? Sigma plus, okay. Okay, and if all else fails, go for the Torrential Tribute. I could banish this thing. Maybe I do that. Little Knight's pretty good anyway. Okay, back to them. 2 cards in hand. Can they beat Little Knight Redoer? I have grabbed Epsilon, which is usually like a one-of. Yep, that is all she wrote on that one. And with that duel, we rank up into Platinum for the season. Let's go ahead and finish the episode up with the Legacy Packs and the final Master Pack from Gold Tier. Alright, 10 Legacy Packs today, and it looks like there's an Ultra Rare hidden among them. Ooh, 2 Ultra Rares. We've got the Suppression Pluto. Level 8, once per turn you can declare a card name, look at your opponent's hand, then if they have the declared card in their hand, take control of one monster your opponent controls, or destroy a spell trap your opponent controls, then you can set the destroyed spell trap. Not very good as it is a 2 tribute monster. Mystic Potato though, I think this is interesting. If this card on the field is destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a dark monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck in attack position except Mystic Potato. So for my deck, I guess I would go Mystic Potato into Witch of the Black Forest into whatever else. Get a little, advantage train going, or float at least. Ice Princess Zerort to level 5 Winged Beast. That is very specific. Detach an Xyz material, target a face-up monster your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0. What else in here looks interesting? What is Creature Seizure? Each player gives their opponent control of one of their monsters, controller's choice. You must choose a face-up normal monster. Could be kind of funny to give a really terrible normal monster. Nothing else looking too interesting here, but the Mystic Potato might have some utility, especially because it doesn't have to be destroyed by the opponent's card effect, so I can just pop it with DPE on hands where I get that. Interesting. Alright, let's go grab the final master pack. Alright, final pack for Leaving Gold. Will we get any extra weapons in the arsenal for Platinum? TG Metal Skeleton, sure. Cleef's End. Branded in White. Fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including a dragon monster. So it doesn't have to specifically be Albaz. You can also banish monsters from your graveyard as material if you use Fallen of Albaz as fusion material from your hand field or by banishing itself from your graveyard. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there to activate the effect of Fallen of Albaz, set this card. Not a bad pickup. If I get on like Dragon Fusion or like the Primite Fusion with that monster that I just got. Abyss Prop Wild Wagon, an Abyss Actor card. Simorg Repulsion, I have been pulling some Simorgs. Discard a winged beast monster, return all cards in your opponent's spell and trap zones to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, reveal a winged beast monster in your hand, and if you do, reduce the levels of monsters in your hand with that name by 1 for the rest of this turn, even after they are summoned. Interesting. Not sure what utility that has really, but Evil Twin Present. If you control a Kiss-a-Kill monster and a Lilla, you can target a Kiss-a-Kill monster or a Lilla, and a face-up monster your opponent controls, switch control, or target a set spell trap your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. Sure. Stardust Wish. So you have to control a Stardust Synchro monster, not going to be able to use that. And Dawn Thousand's Throne. During each of your opponent's end phases, gain life points equal to the number of times you took battle damage this turn times 500. When a number monster you control is targeted for an attack, that's never happening, not reading the rest of it. Anyway, not bad getting the branded in white, nothing else here really popping out to me, but obviously can't complain with the pulls from gold this season. Getting the Avramax as like an additional boss monster, getting Quaking and Mistake or whatever it's called, the continuous trap that's a draw on Lockbird. Honestly, that's raising the ceiling on some of the turn 1 boards, so that's been very nice. You got this far in the video and you want to keep up with the series, subscribe. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Next week, I'm going to be hitting Platinum and trying to push as far as I can into Platinum tier, so we'll see how that goes. But either way, I hope you have a great day. Thanks again.